Hey everybody, Joel McLean here. This is Leadership Hacks. Hey guys, welcome back to the third episode of Leadership Hacks. I'm Joel McLean, coach, keynote speaker for Inspire Leadership Coaching. Give us a shout, guys. You need anything, leadership development, one-on-one coaching, organizational leadership development, strategic planning, be a school board, a school, you can be a business. Check us out, inspireleadership.ca. So let's get things rolling, guys. 52 reasons why I'm happy. Let's pull out another card. So this will be reason number 3. I just dropped the card there, but that's okay. I think it's the one that we had last episode. I'm going to give him a shuffle. What makes you happy, right? I love starting this off. You know what? If I was still in the school as a principal, I was, by the way, 27 years in education. Out of those 27 years as an educator, 18 of those were as a principal. Yeah. So, you know what? If I were still in the school, I'd have these little babies out every day, and I'd do that at morning announcements, right? I'd get different students from different classes to come in and give us an explanation of what makes them happy today and what reason they're happy today. So here we go, guys. I got one card. 52 reasons why I'm happy. Reason number 3. Ooh. I will shine today. I will shine today. That is a good one. It's funny because last episode, right, we talked about growth mindset, how we can work on it. We've seen five elements in which we can work on to be able to work on our growth mindset. So, I will shine today. That's a great segue, right? A great segue from that lesson on leadership that we did at the last episode. So I will shine today. I love that. And when we have that impression, or if we talk to ourselves and we tell ourselves that we're going to have a great day, and we're going to shine, that I've got gifts to share, I've got influence to be had, right? I've got some positivity to give out to people, then I'm going to shine, right? And when I say I'm going to shine, it's not, self-promote. It's not to say, hey, look at me, I'm awesome. It's in a sense that if we shine, that means we're radiating, right? And if we're radiating like the sun, well, who benefits from that? We do. The heat, the vitamins, the feeling that it gives everybody when you're on holidays, when you're on the beach, when you're taking a walk, when you're on your backyard deck, the sun just radiates, right? And that's what you want to do. When you're going to shine today, it's that radiation, right? You want it to impact other people. You want it to impact their disposition, their attitude, their mindset. You want them to have a great day too, and you want them to shine too. So, how do we go about the shine? Well, you know what? This gets me to thinking because, school boards and schools everywhere, the kids are coming back into school. So the 2024-2025 school year is starting. And often one exercise that I do with my staff is to be able to do some prevention, okay? So do some prevention, not for the kids, but for us, for the adults, right? So think about this for a second, right? Let's think about things that stress us. Things that every year it comes back and you're going to have to do it this year and that it's going to stress you, right? Think about those things. If you're an educator, maybe it's the first week of school and you're putting in those important routines, establishing communication with parents. Maybe it's the parent-teacher interviews, that really stresses you out. Maybe it's report card time. That's usually a doozy, right, if you're a teacher. Doesn't matter what profession you are in, I'm sure that when you think about it, and when you think about reoccurring things that you do at work, there are bound to be some of them that are going to cause you some stress, but that that's coming, right? So the question I'm going to ask you is that if you know that that's coming, so let's say I'm going to take, for example, I'm a teacher, so I'm going to take that example. So I'm a teacher, and I know that in the 2024-2025 school year, I'm going to have to do 2 reporting periods, right? There's 2 major reporting periods for report cards, right? So we're going to have one near the end of January and then one at the end of June. So I know that's coming. And I know that every year it stresses me. And I know that every year I feel like I got to take, more time to be able to get through my corrections. I feel rushed. I feel like I got 2-3 piles, and it just stresses me out every year. Okay. So just think about something like that. That's an example. In your reality, right? What is something like that that's going to cause you stress? Now you know what's coming. So the question I got to ask you is that if you know it's coming, what are you putting into place ahead of time to make sure that you avoid that stress? And those are things that we don't usually think about, right? Because we're so used to being in that hamster wheel. We're so used to functioning because it goes so fast, right? We don't have time. Hey, we hear that often. It goes so fast. Before you know it, it's the end of September. Before you know it, it's Halloween. Before you know it, we're taking out the Christmas trees and decorations, and it's the concert time, Christmas concert time. It's unbelievable how fast it goes. And before you know it, that report card period is right on you. And you realize, whoops, my principal just had a meeting, right? And he wants those comments in about a week and a half, and I haven't even started yet. I've still got a pile of corrections. I know that it's going to stress me out. So the question is, in order for me to shine, to keep shining, right? What am I going to put into place ahead of time to make sure that that doesn't affect me in that way? How am I going to use my scheduling? How am I going to analyze my time in order to make sure that I'm being very, very, very smart and very strategic with my time? Am I maximizing my time, right? Should I get going a little earlier with the kids to collect, evidence of learning and to be able to assess them, right? Should I assess a different way? Does it have to be on paper? Does it have to be 3-4 pages? Could it be in another form, right? Triangulation. Could it be orally? Could it be written? Could it be with a picture? Could it be... What different ways can I do it that will get me to the end point? I will be able to evaluate my student, but it won't take an eternity of time. So what can you think of that you can put into place in order to diminish the stress that it could cause you? So it's coming. In 2 years, I predict there's going to be report cards for teachers, for example, right? And you could probably predict, it doesn't matter what you do in life, right? If it's a recurring task that you have or an event, it's coming in 2 years. So if we know it that much ahead of time that it's coming, we've got to be able to put strategies into place that'll help us cope with that stress or even avoid that stress, right? So I want you to think about 1 or 2 things that's going to stress you, that it's going to stress you. I want you to write that down. Get a piece of paper, get a pad, get a little journal. Journals are excellent. Write that down. Now, once you have identified those 2 moments, those 2 tasks, those 2 elements that's going to stress you, I want you to define what is it exactly about that thing that stresses you. I want you to pinpoint it. Be as precise and specific as you can. If it's report cards, for example, for me, I need to be more specific. What is it about the report cards? Is it because I wait too long to correct? Is it because I take too much time with building my comments? What is it exactly about that element that causes me stress? Now, once you've got that down, and you can work on that after we're done too, so it doesn't stop now, right? So I'm just going to keep going here, guys. Once you got those 2 elements figured out, right, I want you to think about actions. Now, I want you to think about 1 or 2 actions for each one of those 1 or 2 elements that you can put into place and that you are going to put into place. And you know what? I challenge you to even put that in your calendar with some reminders. You can do it with your cell phone. Ask Siri, if you have an iPhone, to remind you. Put that in your calendar. These are the actions that I'm going to do ahead of time. And that's going to make it so that I'm not going to be stressed out when that time comes, right? Here are the people that I'm going to talk to. Here is the workshop I'm going to go to. Here are the scheduling that I'm going to adopt. And here's how I'm going to use my time so that I have ample time before to be able to get to where I need to be and not cause me stress. So 2 things, tasks, elements, whatever it is, events that stress you out. What is it exactly? Define it. Be specific. What is it exactly that stresses you out about that? And then from there, 1 to 2 actions. For 2 things, that's 4 actions. Max 4 actions. Put that in your calendar. Give yourself some reminders. Put it into place. And then see, once you get there, how do you feel? Is it a different experience? Is it better? Are you less stressed? That's the end point. That's where we want to get to, right? Because if we're less stressed, that means that we're better. And if we're better and we're in a better place, that means that if I'm an educator, for example, chances are the students are going to be in a better place too, right? If I'm a principal, chances are staff's going to be in a better place too if I'm in a good place, right? So let's work on that, guys. Let's identify, let's prevent. We know it's coming. You know it's coming. So prevent. Put things into place. It takes 5 minutes to do this. Two things that stresses me out. What is it exactly? Why? The reasons that it stresses me out. Here are 2 actions for each. Boom! In my calendar. Reminder. I got this covered. I'm going to shine. I'm not going to be stressed out and close off on myself. I'm going to shine. I'm going to be able to shine because I'm not busy being stressed out, right? So guys, put your shine on. But to get your shine on, you got to be organized. You got to do some prevention, and you got to put stuff into place intentionally. So if you do that, guys, it's going to be great. I promise you that it's going to be a much better experience. So put that into place, guys. And until next time, I'm Joel McLean with Inspire Leadership Coaching. And this was Leadership Hacks.